Joining me now from New York City, founder of the Simon Wiesenthal Center, Rabbi Marvin Hier. Rabbi, Tlaib doubled down here now, and we don't expect her to change her ways. Is she now the representative, along with Ilhan Omar, of the official anti-Semitic wing of the Democrat Party? Because it sure seems to me that that's what we have brewing here.
Well, it's absolutely outrageous. First of all, we should point out something that they totally ignore. The Simon Wiesenthal Center has photos of the Grand Mufti. The Grand Mufti moved to Berlin during the Second World War, and he broadcast regular radio stations all over Germany, calling for the extermination of the Jews. More than that, we have photographs of him with Heinrich Himmler, the chief of the Gestapo, walking and taking a tour of a concentration camp facility. He was the leader not only of the Palestinian people at the time, but basically the dominant leader in the Arab world, played a key role in enthusiastically backing Hitler's final solution. So for Congresswoman Omar and for AOC to suddenly come up with the idea that they had nothing to do with the Holocaust and that they are the ones who are suffering is preposterous. Their leader encouraged Hitler to exterminate all the Jews.
Right, and this is what is dangerous to me, Rabbi. And that is because there's X amount of young people who apparently look up to this woman and look up to AOC and look up to Ilhan Omar and actually believe what they're saying. And so what she's trying to do here is rewrite history and not talk about the Grand Mufti and his relationship with Hitler. And the two were birds of feather. And there was a reason behind this relationship with Hitler because they both had effectively the same goal. But now, Rabbi, she's also trying to roll this into today's history. And as we move along in the future, we know where she stands. She stands with the so-called two-state solution in Israel, which I think you and I both would agree would mean the end to Israel if that was ever to come to be.
Well, what she really stands for is a one-state solution with no Israelis. You know, right. There are many people, the BDS movement and others, they have a code word. They want Israel to withdraw from the June 67 borders. Here's what they never say. It wasn't Menachem Begin. It was not Yitzhak Shamir. It was not Ariel Sharon who made the following statement. Any Israeli withdrawal to the June 67 borders is the Auschwitz lines. The man who said that was Abba Eban, the Labour foreign minister of Israel. In other words, the left-wing foreign minister of Israel made that declaration. And in today's world, that's all forgotten. They want to parcel it over as if Israel would be crazy enough to withdraw to the June 67 borders. Because what they also don't want the world to know is when you ask them, how many square miles do Israel's Arab neighbors live in? The answer is over 5 million square miles. How many square miles does the current state of Israel, including the West Bank? How many square miles? A little bit more than 11,000 square miles. Imagine if Israel withdrew to the June 67 borders, they would barely be 6,000 square miles, which Congresswoman Omar and AOC and that whole band, they would be delighted because it would mean, God forbid, the destruction of Israel.
So where, I ask rather plaintively, you're in New York, where is Chuck Schumer on this? I don't hear him speaking out against this Congresswoman. And to me, by saying nothing among the Democrat Party, by saying nothing and doing nothing, and we saw this, Rabbi, with Ilhan Omar, they couldn't even sanction her properly. They made it a very bland, vanilla resolution against hate in general. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about very specific hate. So the silence is deafening from the Democrat leadership.
I think that the Democratic leadership, first of all, Chuck Schumer has a long-time record as a supporter of Israel. And by the way, Nancy Pelosi's father would not be doing what Nancy Pelosi is doing now. Nancy Pelosi's father was one of the heroes during the Second World War. He was one of the heroes that helped with the pageants in the United States, supporting the fact of calling public attention to what is happening in Nazi Germany.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube, and call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.